Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. And you may be thinking to yourself, Goon, why are you running around at the crash site? Well, that is because there have been some changes here, and as you can see, we have got to replay all of the quests that are available, but that's not the only thing that has been tweaked. Not only have these been added into more like a quest chain style, the Enforcer class is now the one that is available from the protosatorium parts quest, as well as the Enforcer armor. So that is no longer available as a drop from Mithril Man. We'll see what Mithril Man's dropping still in just a moment's time. The piston driven pole arm, if that's something you want, is still available though from the quest chain. Now, you're probably thinking, what about Rustbucket? Where's that gone? Well, if you want Rustbucket, you need to come into this room here, click on the armor, and then the class will drop for you into your temporary items to pick up, accept, decline, whatever you wish to do with it. Now, let us talk about the monsters here and what they are still dropping. So the protosatorium is pretty much unchanged by the looks of it, still listed with having the protosatorium class. I really hope that's how you say it. We will be looking over the class changes that have occurred and having a little mini review into them next week, so don't worry, that video will be on the way. And as we said earlier, Mithril Man's drops have been changed. You can get the banner still, and also the laser pack for your back. And then Legion Paladin has also had plenty of changes, so we'll quickly glance over those in a video next week, along with Enforcer and Chunin, which has also had some quality of life updates to it. Now let us move on to Forge, because Dauntless, as we know, has been nerfed. So long story short, I thought I'd go along really quickly and just see how that's looking on classes I've typically used it on. Necromancer, I definitely could notice it. I was always consistently doing about 11k off Dauntless. That's gone down a little bit. However, when I started Void High Lord on, I couldn't tell as much of a difference. I believe these changes are active. They were supposed to come with the latest update, so yesterday. In theory, they should be in-game. Now, we will go over an in-depth quick look in just a second at all the changes that have actually happened are happening, but I'm pretty sure they're in-game now, so the damage you just saw there should be realistic. So here we are, Dauntless damage 220% to 660%, and then that has gone down to 190 to 570. So this really does depend on what side of the fence you sit on with this. They say it's because it's been vastly outperforming other endgame enhancements. Yeah, okay, it's quite powerful, but you do have to defeat Speaker a few times, and it is a pain in the bum to farm. But you'll be glad to know it should still remain a viable endgame option, apparently, so I'd bloody hope so. One change though that was 100% needed is Ravenous. They've taken the angle of this one of changing Execute's power, so in a nutshell it's going to be more of a viable option to run with more classes in game. The cooldown on it has gone from 20 seconds down to 10, which is nice. Damage from 0% up to 75% hybrid. Worth saying the new Ravenous aura also applies, which does reduce your target's haste, crit chance, dodge and outgoing damage by 5%. Smite, it hits even harder, damage 450 up to 500%. And then lastly on the weapons we have Praxis, where Spinning Dragon has gone from 1 second all the way up to 2 seconds, making it a little bit easier for you to time. Okay, let's talk about Cape and Helm. Absolution's outgoing damage penalty has gone from minus 15% to 0%, and the outgoing physical damage penalty from 0% down to minus 20%. Then we have Avarice, where damage resistance penalty has gone from 50% to 35%, and the dodge penalty from minus 35 to 0. Lastly, and certainly not least, was Hearty. Outgoing damage and incoming healing penalty from minus 15% to 0. They have also tweaked some of the quest requirements for the Forge quest. If you're someone who has recently farmed Avarice, I do feel sorry for you because they have reduced the number of penance and indulgence you need from 75 to 50, which for that one is quite a lot of less button spamming that you need to do. Anyway folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like and of course subscribe, and as I said, we'll be back very soon to take a look at the Enforcer class in more detail. Until then, have a lovely day.